Praise the Lord, everybody. Good morning to you, top of the world. This is Tina, and I'm here to share with you my creation that I made for a shape gift tag swap that I signed up for, and it's hosted by Tmika Scrapdaworld. There was 6 people in my group. I am in group 7. I had to make 5 gift tags. I could make 6 if I wanted to keep one for myself. But I made 5 gift tags. And here's the guidelines that we had to go by for the gift tags. The gift tags had to be a shape. It could be a coffee cup. It could be a bird. It could be a bird cage. Any kind of shape you want, but it had to be a shape. Okay, the tag also had to be bagged with lightweight chipboard or a file folder or heavy cardstock. You have to make sure you put paper on both sides. So if you want a designer paper or pattern paper, for both sides of the tag. Okay, she wanted something that was sturdy, in other words, nothing flimsy, not just 2 sheets of paper taped together. It had to be some type of medium in the middle, which could be lightweight chipboard or a file folder. All tags had to be the same or very similar. She didn't want anything, each tag to be different. All right, you had to put at least 2 embellishments on your tag. And again, like I said, she wanted you to use some sort of pattern paper. You also had to have a to and a from on the back of the tag so that the person that's using the tag could put their own, name as the person that's giving the gift and who the gift goes to. The tag should also fit in the palm of your hand or in your hand. It should be no bigger than that. She didn't want like jumbo tags. And it's funny because I'm going to show you what I came up with first. And I end up going back redoing them because I'm like, okay, I think this is a little bit too big. All right, so the tag had to fit in your hand. And it also had to have something to hang to connect to your gift, to your bag. So if you was given a gift and your gift was in a gift bag, you should be able to take this tag and attach the tag to the handles of your gift bag. So you had to have some type of element to hang the gift tag. Okay. You also had to put a sentiment on it. Or, I take that back. You didn't have to have a sentiment. However, if you did choose to put a sentiment on the tag, she wanted a universal sentiment. In other words, she did not want you to have a gift tag that said Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving. She wanted something universal so that whoever the recipients are of these tags, they could use these tags for any occasion. Okay, so it was not, again, supposed to be a specific sentiment, as in Merry Christmas, hope you feeling better, get well soon, nothing like that, just a universal sentiment. All right, each tag had to be individually wrapped, and she talked about, having a nice presentation, something that you want to receive for yourself. Okay, and then the last thing was you had to put your name and your YT name for your channel on somewhere on the gift bag, so that everybody would know, about your channel and know who you are. All right, so I'm going to get started and show you what I came up with and the products that I used. Okay, I hope everybody is having a nice week so far, starting the week off. Here in Chicago, the weather, has not been the hottest, I should say, but it's been pleasant. It's been pleasant and it's been nice. All right, so here's my tag that I created. here's my gift tag. Something very, very simple that I came up with. Wanted to make sure I follow the guidelines. Okay. So let me start off by walking you through everything that I did. All right. First of all, hopefully you can recognize what my shape is. My shape is a postage stamp. Okay. A postage stamp. I use the Spellbinders postage stamp die set and cut this out. All right, I use lightweight chipboard, so it is pretty steady. It's not flimsy at all. I use lightweight chipboard, and I use the Heartfelt Creations Delicate Aster collection paper. I love Heartfelt Creations paper. And of course, you know, this is my favorite paper pad out of all of their collections. Why? I hear you, because it's purple. I love all things purple. All right, so I used the Heartfelt Creations paper pad, and actually I used one sheet and I had some left over for all my tags that I made. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is what I did for the tag. I die cut the paper out, I die cut the chipboard out, and I put it together with my beacons. You know, I know I'm crazy about beacons 3-in-1. So I used my beacons 3-in-1. All right. The first thing I did was, and I don't know if you can see it real well here, but I embossed. So you can see it right there. All right. So I took the paper, and after cutting it out, then I ran it through so that I could emboss it to get the little in-depth postage print there on the paper. And then I took the paper and I stamped on it my little postmark. I used Hampton's Archive travel stamp set, and I stamped that little postage mark up there in that corner. And I used Amuse Studio BlackBerry ink. I really love Amuse Studio ink. That's my favorite ink out of all. And I got Close to My Heart ink. I got Tim Holtz ink. I got Stampin' Up ink. And I have, what is that called? Memento ink. But out of all of my ink sets, I love Amuse ink the best. I just really love it. So anyway, I used that BlackBerry to stamp that sentiment with the Hampton Arts Kai travel stamp. Okay. After I did that, that's when I assembled the tag together. What I did after that point, I took some purple lilac tulle, and I'm going to bring it up close. Focus, please. I'm going to try to get it to focus. It's trying. Okay, it's not going to focus too much. I think you can see it right there. Right there. Thank you. All right, so I took some lilac tulle and I adhered it to the front of the tag. Now, I don't know why I'm tulle crazy, but I am. I love it. It gives extra texture to your project, and it just looks really, really nice. And sometimes when you use bright colors in your paper, if you put the tulle on there, it just tones it right to where it needs to be pleasant to the eye. So anyway, I put the lilac tulle there, and I adhered that with the with some adhesive, spray adhesive by Elmer's craft spray adhesive is what I use on this particular project. Sometimes I use something else, and I'll talk about that in another project. But this time, to adhere the tulle, I use some spray adhesive. All right, I then took some white cardstock, and I used that same BlackBerry, the same BlackBerry ink, and I stamped out all of these envelopes that you see here. Okay. This is a stamp. This is the July Simon Says stamp of the month. The Sending Lots of Love is the name. Sending Happy Thoughts. I'm sorry. Sending Happy Thoughts is the name of this stamp set. All right. From Simon Says Stamp. Love, love, love this stamp set. I really love this stamp set. And you can go to Simon Says Stamp and you can see that set. It's the July stamp of the month. So I took the BlackBerry ink. I stamped out all of these various envelopes. And then I took liquid glass by Close to My Heart. And I put liquid glass all over them. Let them sit and let them dry. Now, let me go back a step. When I stamped them with the BlackBerry ink, I took my Spectrum purple markers and I colored them all in. Okay. These are the only markers that I have by Spectrum. Again, you know I love all things purple. So I wanted to really try Spectrum out. And so I chose to purchase the purple violet set. And I got it right from Joann's. So I used those purple markers in various shades to color in the envelopes. And then I used the liquid glass, let it sit overnight. Okay. After that, I took my same BlackBerry ink and I used that same Hampton Arts Kai travel stamp set, and I stamped out 2 postage stamps with some Bazzill Heather cardstock. I think they came out really, really nice. Really, really, really nice. Okay. This is a spray that Hobby Lobby carries called His and Hers Bridal Sprays. I took a spray and I put it on here. I adhered that there, and then I began to make my cluster with the flower. These are some flowers that I got from Hobby Lobby, also in the little silver tins they're by Prima. And they have all different colors and you just stack them together. So this is a paper flower. And here goes some little bling that I got out of the clearance section a long time ago in Joann's. And I just put that there. All right, my sentiment, universal, God bless you. I popped it up on some pop dots to bring it up closer so that the cluster could be full. I used that same BlackBerry ink to stamp out this sentiment. Now this sentiment came from oh, I'm sorry, I can't even remember where this sentiment came from. Yes, I do know. This is came off of, I believe, a Teresa Collins. No, I'm sorry. It came from Card Word Puzzle Sentiment Set from Close to My Heart. That's what I use. I pulled out so many stamp sets trying to do this project to figure out which one I wanted to use. I got all of them in my mind. But I'm on the right track now. This is a sentiment from the Card Word Puzzle. C as in cat, 1494 from Close to My Heart. Okay, and I used the same BlackBerry ink and stamped it on that Heather card stack from Bazzill. Okay, so this is my sentiment. Then I took the ink and I inked the edges. You know, I wanted to make it like a little border to make everything in the middle pop. So I took the BlackBerry ink and I inked all the way around the edges. All right, here's my little element to hang the tag. I punched a hole right there. I figured the tag could dangle like this on a bag. Okay, so I put that there. Now let's go to the back. What I did for the back was I used that Heather Bazzill cardstock as the backing of it. I chose not to stamp to and from actually on the tag because I'm big in journaling and I just love to write and make my own little statements or whatever you want to call it. So I wanted to give whoever the person is that's going to receive this the opportunity and enough space to write whatever it is that they would like to write on the back. So I took that same postage stamp die set from Spellbinders, and they had a tiny one. I took the small tiny ones, and I just die cut 2 out and put 1 for 2 and 1 for from. Okay, that's just what I chose to do. And if whoever receives this wants to take that off, they can, always just slip, snip this and it'll come off, and then they could put their own little element to hang, to tag. Okay, so this is my tag. Now I want to show you my original tag. I had the same thought. This is the original one that I cut out for everybody, and this is what I was going to use. But then I kept hearing Tmika in my spirit saying, fit in the palm of your hand, not too big, And so then I kept putting it in my hand, and my hands are pretty big. So I said, you know what? I think this is just too big. So I'm going to go down. And so I scaled it down to this. All right. So I hope I was obedient and followed the rules that Tmika had. And I hope everybody in my group likes it. Again, this was my original tag. But I just felt that, I didn't want her to get it and be like, why people can't follow the rules? I don't want to be that person. All right. So those was the 2 tags that I made. And so after making the first 3, I decided, you know what? I need to scale this down, and I came up with the smaller version. Okay. All right. So let me show you the packaging, because she wanted everybody to package each tag individually. So that's what I did. This is my packaging. I took a little bag, and because I couldn't find a smaller bag in my stash that will fit the tag, this was the closest thing that wasn't going to be too big, but it wasn't too small. However, I didn't like the fact that once I put the tag in here, it was all the way down here at the bottom, and then you had all of this space. So I decided to make me some little stuffing. So I took some cardstock that I had, some old cardstock from when I first started scrapping, and I used to get the 3 packs for $7, $5 at Joann's, and then over time, the paper was faded. It was fading as the days was going by. So I use that paper now as my scrap paper. Sometimes when I'm testing projects, before I use actually the paper that I want to cut something in, I'll use these sheets for scraps. So anyway, I grabbed 3 colors of that, and I ran it through my paper shredder, and made me some stuffing that color coordinates with my little packaging here. And I just like this much better. There's no open space. That's what I was aiming for. All right, this paper right here, I found just happened to be at Tuesday Morning, and they have a lot of paper in this shade. Can I say shade? That's not what I'm trying to say. They had this paper by, I can't even think of the name of the company. It's not a familiar company or well-known company, but they had it in craft and red polka dots. They had it in craft and turquoise polka dots. They had it in craft and orange polka dots. I'm sorry. And I started to get the craft and the red. In fact, I did get the craft and the red. So I go to another Tuesday Morning, and lo and behold, they had this in purple and white. My heart started jumping. Oh, I got the shaking. Oh, I got the dancing. And so I had to go home, and I said, I'm not going to spend no extra money, because I really didn't care for the craft and the red, but it was different, and I had never worked with those colors, so that's the reason why I got it. But when I saw this purple and white, I said, oh no, that craft and red got to be booted out. You know, we do all things purple first here. So anyway, I went back and I exchanged, and I got the purple and the white, and I just really, really love it. I'm not really a polka dot girl, but you know, if it's purple, I'm rolling with it. So this is how I came across this paper. Really nice, sturdy paper. Like I said, I just got it from Tuesday morning about 2 weeks ago. All right, so what I did was I took it and I measured it. Now, let me say, my tag, I'm just tearing up stuff, I'm sorry. My tag measures 3 by 3. Okay, my tag measures 3 by 3. This bag and this topper here is 4.5 by 3. I cut it out 4.5 by 3. I scored it in the middle, and I used went into my board of punches and got out a punch that I just dropped somewhere, and I don't know what I did with it. Okay, I'm sorry. But I took a punch. I had a scallop punch, and that's what I used to punch this out and fold it up. And then I grabbed my twine that I got from, what is that? Marshall's, $4.99. And I put that around there. This twine could be used, because I used quite a bit of it, because I wanted it to be thick going across. So you can always take it off and use it on other projects if you would like. These are just paper flowers that I had in my stash. And then I wanted to customize the gifts. So I went into my stash. If you all can remember, Big Lots used to carry a lot of scrapbooking items. And so they used to carry these Cloud 9 foil trim alphas. And you know, of course, purple, all things purple. So I think I got like 8 packs of those purple ones. I got the red ones. I got the black ones. So I decided to pull out those alphas and take out the first letter of everybody's name. Okay. And then I just hung it on there, punched a hole in it and hung it. So, I mean, you could use this topper for something else, or you could take it apart and use these the little twine. It's enough of it on there. I did put a little glue behind here, but I mean, you could just easily pluck that up, cut that off, and keep it moving. Or sometimes I just sit and make different toppers that I like when I don't have major projects to do. And so I got a little display of my little toppers that I keep. All right, so here's my packaging. On the back, you see I was obedient. I put my name and my YT channel name. All right. So this is what I have. I hope everybody in my group likes it and enjoy it. I hope I followed the guidelines that Tmika set out. And this is my project share for today. All right. It's always my prayer that you all be blessed. Until next time, keep crafting.